Dear friends, let me start thanking these organizers for having given me this opportunity to be able to participate in this function on the 50th year of the publication of these books, Ramanujan's Letters and Reminiscences, as well as Ramanujan and the Inspiration. From the early childhood, I think PKS Srinivasan was very interested in innovative methods of teaching mathematics. I mean, when you go to the street and ask any person, most of the time, what he feels about mathematics, most of the time that it will be either the love for mathematics or a complete hatred for mathematics. It's one of the two extremes, I mean, which is not true about any other subject like history or economics and things like that. People don't say that I love economics or I hate economics. But mathematics is something like that. And the main reason, if you look at why certain people love mathematics and certain people do not love mathematics, is essentially because the former had a good fortune of having good teachers. And it is the teachers who really motivate the students and the teachers who really make the student either the love or hate mathematics. And mathematics is not a collection of formula. It is not something like a plus b whole square equal to a square plus b 2ab plus b square. And if you learn it by rote, without really understanding what is the relevance, then you don't appreciate it. And once you don't appreciate it, then you don't really enjoy it. And that's what Sri PKS Srinivasan thought, that there should be really an innovative methods of teaching mathematics. And in order to do that, he has been thinking for a long, and in order to do that, of course, he was also instrumental along with Narasimha Rao on starting in AMTI, Association of Mathematical Teachers of India, somewhere in 1965, etc. They celebrated their 50th year, and I was fortunate to be there at that time. And he, after coming from Nigeria, for example, then he has actually arranged a lot of mathematical expos, conferences, and I have even I have been in, I think, most of them, where you can go and see the students, and he was not a teacher. He actually felt that the students themselves should be the teacher. You give them the opportunity, they learn themselves. The Pythagoras theorems or even additions or decimal expansions, when they learn by themselves, probably using broomsticks, for example, then that is something which they are able to understand, they are able to appreciate, they are able to enjoy. On the other hand, if you go to the blackboard and then start teaching them, etc., it is not something which they really enjoy. That's what I always felt. And you know, there is something about which a reference was also made, something called the International ICM, International Congress for Mathematicians, which is something which happens once in 4 years. And India has hosted once in Hyderabad in 2010. And a similar thing is there, something called the International Congress for Mathematical Education, which is also something which takes once in 4 years. And he has attended 4 of them and tried to see what are the innovative methods which are used elsewhere, which he can actually replicate. And all along, I mean, when you talk to any person about Sri PKS Srinivasan, the only thing which they would immediately say is that he was a mathematical, the excellent mathematical teacher, a person who kindled the interest in mathematics for all the students. And once you think of kindling an interest, one of the first things which the students need is essentially a role model, somebody to look upon. And then he decided Ramanujan is the one whom he has to introduce to the students, whom he can look for. And already Ramanujan was known. Already Ramanujan was known, his work was reasonably known among the mathematicians. Even Hardy gave some 12 lectures on Ramanujan, which was published as 12 lectures by Ramanujan by Hardy, which gives a very good idea about the mathematics which Ramanujan did. But then Ramanujan was essentially known only among the mathematicians. He decided to take Ramanujan to the students, which essentially means you cannot take the mathematician Ramanujan to the students. You have to take the man Ramanujan to the students. I mean, you have to take the person. I mean, what his life was. What is some memorabilia collected with him. And that, he thought, that's the first thing which to do. I mean, the students have to identify themselves with Ramanujan. I mean, which they would be able to do only if they know about the biography of Ramanujan, only when they can know what are the difficulties which Ramanujan faced and so on. Other than that, I mean, the mathematics, of course, would be so difficult for the students to understand, and they would not have any way of identifying themselves with Ramanujan. And that is one reason why he wrote these books. And as I was pointed out, this book became really famous and has been an inspiration for too many people. And then he also started the Ramanujan Museum. And actually, once he decided to do that, he really wanted to collect whatever that he wanted before the 75th birthday of Ramanujan. And then he collected all of them and had them in the 75th birthday. And then he had actually a Ramanujan Museum where he was able to keep all those things. And I'm very happy to be able to participate in the release, the 50th year of the release of these books of such a great man who has been really instrumental in bringing mathematics to the students, in bringing mathematics to the teachers first, how to teach, what are the innovative methods, etc. And with that, I conclude my talks. Thank you.